Hey Stampin' friends, welcome to the Joy Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachel Coon and it is Fun Fold Friday. Today I'll be sharing with you a card I highly recommend making after Christmas this year. Going to hold my flip and we'll get started. All right, let me just scoot my grid sheet over so things are a little bit more centered. There we go. Let me tell you about this card, but first I want to remind you on my Fun Fold Fridays, when you comment either on YouTube or on my Facebook, sometime between now and midnight tonight, one lucky person who watches and leaves a comment, I will send them the card that I make in the video today. It is a great way to add to your collection, and I just honestly love hearing from you. So thank you for everyone who does leave a comment, and I love that. All right, so the card today, I post on my Facebook asking what cards we should be making after Christmas is over. And this one is what I'm suggesting because sometimes we get these amazing gifts and we never show gratitude. And I thought what's better than a Christmas card is a thank you Christmas card. So this one is using the framed florets. This was an early release from the new mini catalog coming out January 5th of 2023. And I'm using the thank you with all of my heart and this cute little leaf right here. Let me show you what the inside looks like. All right there, and it opens up to our cute little stamped image there. Super cute, and I love how this card is cut on the angle and it has that fun way to open. This card was actually inspired by Melinda Watson. Let me show you her card real quick. So you can see that this could be made with lots of different DSP. I'm using the Santa's Express, which is currently no longer available. So I'm recommending any paper you have. I'm sure you have a plethora of Christmas paper just lying around that you can use in place of this paper here. But if you want to make a thank you card specifically for Christmas, all you have to do is add paper and the same. All right, this is Melinda's. Hers is beautiful using that Night of Navy. And I think it's called the Sun Prince DSP, if I remember right. And hers opens up. She added a little bonus pocket here. We can even add an extra little note or even a gift card when you are thanking someone. So that is the fun fold that she shared with me that inspired our card today. All right, first let's talk about, we talked about the stamp set. It's now available as part of an early release. Also with it came matching die set called the framed floret dies. I only used 2 of them from this set for this card. Let me show you which ones I used. So here's this oval shape here that has that, I want to call it like a sunburst etching. Let me get closer so you can see around that oval there. Die cuts that out. But I also used this one here. Let me show you that one. And you're wondering, where in the world do I even see this one? It is the center of the oval. So right here, I've die cut out this shape here to get the oval, because if I were die cut this one, it's smaller. And so it fits in there like a puzzle piece, but I needed it to go around the outside so that way it would attach. So that's my tip to you. Die cut out both of these shapes. In fact, you'll need to do this one twice. No, actually, sorry, just once. This one once with the shaded spruce, and then this one with the basic white. You will get left over a cute frame, and you can set that aside and use that for a whole nother project. I'm sure you probably could have done something like this too if you wanted to, and add a couple, or even right here. So there's different ways if you want to keep it with this card as well. All right, let me go and set this aside, and we will start with our stamping. Let me grab our oval piece out, and let's grab our basic white. Both are in the basic white color here, and I'm using the shaded spruce. This has been one of my go-to colors for the season. It is a green, but it's kind of like a mixture of dark and light, which I just love. It's kind of like, it has a little bit of brightness to it, but it's not nearly as dark as like Evening Evergreen or Mossy Meadow, so I love it. All right, let me do a quick practice, make sure my stamp is clean on my Post-it note. If anything you learn from me, know that I practice all the time because I'm not perfect and I tend to make mistakes. So I like to practice, make sure it's good. Let me go ahead and set that in the center there, press down on my oval. And there we go. Thank you with all my heart. I just love that saying. That's one of my favorite sayings, and it's a little more than a thank you. It's a little bit, just a little bit more love. All right, now I'm making up that cute little leaf here, and we're just going to put on the corner of this base white to put in the inside of our card. And that is all the stamping for this one. Let me close up our ink. We'll set these aside. Careful not, you can see my hands are already green from stamping earlier. It's been a messy day. All right, so I have, and over my blog, you'll get all these measurements. Let me show you these pieces here. And in fact, my measurements, I usually keep on a Post-it note on the back of the card. So I'm going to pull that off so we have a reference. This is 11 by 5.5, and it has it scored in 2 spots. So I have it at the 4-inch. There we go. Sorry, 4-inch and 8.25 right there. Don't worry about creasing it yet because we still need to do one more cut to make that really cool fold. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll take the card I have and kind of get an idea of how to make it. And that's what I did for this one. I just looked at it and kind of dissected it. So what we need to do is grab our paper trimmer into screen. And how I measure this one is I went to this last score line, the 8 1/4, and I moved it over to my 1 1/4 mark. So here's my 1. Let me go to my 1 1/4, like so, and I can see it down below as well. And then I use my pencil and I did a little tick mark here with a pencil. So that's all you do. Grab your pencil, make a little mark. Then we'll take this and we're going to turn it so that way, let me get it so you can see better. Our little mark is going to go in the track of our card, and the corner, the very bottom corner of this card base is also going to go in the track. I'm going to grab my my cutting one, which is the darker gray. There's two blades on here. Hold on, I shift that just a little bit. There we go. I have my light one and my dark one. My dark one is permanent. Remember, dark means it can't come back. Scoring is very light. It's what we do that we don't cut. But we want to cut this one. So I'm going to put it right here. I'm not going to start on an edge, so that way it's a cleaner cut. But I'm going to go up to that tick mark and back down to that corner. There we go. And you'll have left over a little wedge. You'll do the same thing to your DSP. The difference with this one, though, is that instead of the 1 1/4, I cut that at the 1 inch. So that way we'll have some bordering here. And this DSP measured at 5 1/4 by 2.5. Okay, so I already did that step ahead of time. Let's go ahead and grab this in now and we can start our assembling. I also have another piece of DSP for the inside and our die cut of that cute little frame. Let's glue these two together. Flip over the shaded spruce frame and just do a little bit of liquid glue. Not too much, we don't want it to squish out. Okay. We'll flip this over and carefully put it on our framing here, just like so. If it's having trouble sticking, you just put a clear block on it to keep some weight on it, since that liquid glue just needs some time to dry. Go ahead and flip over our DSP and go around the outline of that DSP and a little bit in the center. I give myself about 1/4 inch when I put liquid glue on. That one I went a little bit crazy, but we should be okay. Just so that way it doesn't come out the ends when I put it down. And liquid glue I recommend because this is not a perfect shape, so it's a little bit, you have to eyeball it first and then press down. But I did a pretty good job on that one, so that's exciting. Flip it over. Let's get our basic white in here. I use my stamping seal whenever I use basic white though, because I do not like glue lines, and you can see glue lines when you use basic white. Any other color, you're usually pretty safe, but for some reason, that basic white just can't hide the lines. So we'll put that right there. Go ahead and grab your bone folder, and we'll start our creasing here. I'm going to grab our DSP. I wanted to fold it this way so you can see, because if I did it the other way, I might have upside down presents, and we don't want to glue this on the wrong way. I suppose that could be fun too, but I think we will have it going the right way. So fold it first, and then you can attach this DSP here. Some DSP, like if I had it this way, it wouldn't matter. There would be no up or down. I don't know if you heard that jingle. I have earrings that are bells on right now, and my kids are wondering if they can come back inside. I shook my head, no, they can't come back in yet. Are your kids out of school yet? Today was my kids' last day of school. We waited till the very end to be done with school here, and it was pretty ghost towny. A lot of people have already left school, but if you're a high schooler, they still had finals today, which is just crazy, right? That's okay. All right, let's go ahead and put some dimensionals on the back of here. I have some leftover pieces, or the ends, so I'm just going to cut them free of the outline of this one and put it. For these dimensionals, you only want them on the top of the oval. We want that oval to be able to fold over on both sides of the paper, but we don't want it to like glue this card shut, right? So just on the top, you can make sure yep, my words are on the right way. Hover it over your card, line it up so it's about halfway in the middle and in the middle of this, and press down to attach. And there you go. We have this super easy fun fold card with this great angle cup that shows off both of these DSP. Now for this one, I did not do an embellishing. I'm going to do just a little bit now, so that way you guys get a little bit of sparkle on this card. I'm using the red rhinestones. That will look perfect on here. And now I just got to figure out where I want to put them. I usually will put something by a word, and then I'll do groups of two. So I'll put one up here, and I angle it up a little bit more and have the two like there. And that's my go-to embellishment design. All right, you guys, I hope you've had a great time learning how to make this Christmas thank you card. And I hope you get a chance to make some. This is a great way to use up that DSP, which you don't need to keep it all year round unless you are making Christmas cards all year. But it's a great way that after Christmas, you send not only a text to a friend, but send them a card too for thanking them for the gifts they sent you this year. All right, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful day and happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.